Hi, for this assignment, we're going to learn how to do some calligraphy. Now, all you have to do is go to the Google Classroom and download this image. Download this image and just open it in Inkscape. Just open it, just go File, Open, Inkscape. Now, with the Move tool, with this Move tool, click on the image and lower the opacity to like right down here to 55, and then label this image as a guide. Just double click on the text and label it guide, and then lock it so it doesn't move. Put a lock on it. You're going to add a new layer. Click on this little green plus, and you're going to call it drawing, and hit enter. And you're going to be doing your calligraphy on this layer. Right? I'm going to zoom in with my magnifying glass, zoom into this area here. Now you notice that the brush, the calligraphy brush, you have to hold the pen about 45 degrees. So for that, this is, in the old days, they used to use like quill pens or bird feathers, and they would dip them in the inkwell. So we're going to use this calligraphy brush, and you're going to select here under the presets. We're going to select dip pen, and under the dip pen, I guess we can leave it as 4 for width. Make sure this is off, pressure sensitivity, and then you might want to turn this off, this angle thing here, and type in -45 and hit enter. -45. And now most of these letters require a 2-stroke. Now here it says it's 1-stroke, but actually it's a 2-stroke. Let me zoom in a little bit, and let's see. So let's try it the first time. And now for the calligraphy page, you do this like, do the whole thing once, then delete it, then do it again, and then delete it, and the third time. By the third time, you're going to get the hang of it, and that's what you're going to turn in. So let's do that. So let's just go like this. Oh, and you notice that my brush is the wrong color and the wrong transparency. Okay? So here on the opacity, you actually have to draw something to change the opacity. So draw something and then change the opacity to 100 for the drawing. And for the color, you can go to Object, Fill and Stroke. And again, for layers, you can go to Object, Layers and Objects. Okay? So layers and objects for layers, fill and stroke for the colors. So now under the color, just drag this all the way to the black. Just drag it to the black, and there it is, black. And I'm going to do this again. Let's just delete it select it with the Move tool and hit the delete key on your key. Okay, click on the dip brush again, or the calligraphy brush, and stroke 1, and you go left, down, pause, and let me do it again. Go down, pause a little bit, up, and let go of the brush, and then come down and up again. That's A, and then do the same with the B. Down, stop, up, and around. That's a 2-stroke. For the C, let's see. That's 1-stroke. Even though it says 1-stroke, you can do 2 strokes. Most letters are 2 strokes, like that. There's a little bit of bug with the drawing tool. You go down and up and across and up. You lift the brush, 2-stroke. This is 1-stroke. Let's try it with 1-stroke. Up and around. There you go. Hold the space bar and drag around till you can get to the next letter. And down and out. And this it's like an S shape. You go down, up, like that. S shape. Down, kind of a pointy end, and up again. It's not rounded, it's point, it's got a little point right there. All the letters, the A, the E, they all have that, see the same point right there? It's not rounded, D, and the A. So if you're doing a rounded A, don't make it pointy. And then just go down. And if you mess up, just Control Z, undo, and then there. Try to go faster so that if you go too slow, you tend to shake a lot and it's get all lumpy. So if you go a little faster, there's no chance for you to shake. So, but if you mess up, just do Control Z, and you're going to get better at this. There you go. Like that. Don't forget the little doohickeys. I don't know what you call those. And like that. Hold the space bar. This says 2 strokes. I would do it in 3 strokes. I would go like, go down. That's stroke 1. And then stroke 2. Lift your pen. And then stroke 3. Sometimes you need to pause. Because sometimes, I don't know. You can try it and see. Some people have, like for example, the M. It says it's 1 stroke. I can't do it in 1 stroke. I had to do it in 3 strokes. So if you're better at doing it in 1 stroke, like that, I prefer to just do stroke 1, stop, stroke 2, stop, stroke 3, and stop. Same thing with the N. I prefer to lift my pen, stop, and then start again. So you find out which one looks better, the single stroke or the 3 stroke. And the P, like that. Okay. Now for the other exercise, you're supposed to do your full name first and last. So if I was doing my name, I would be doing my first name, and let's see what the U looks like. Okay. You do your first, and your last. If you want to get fancy, you can get fancy too. Oh, that was. See, this is another reason why you want to do it in 3 strokes, because if you messed on one, you might be messing up in one letter. Like this. A little bit off. You know what would help? If you had like guidelines. So let me see if it actually helps. I'll try it. You can have a guideline for this would be the top of the layer, the letters. This would be the uppercase. I can't move this little guide. So I can move this up again like that. Let's see. Maybe I should have been lower here. Well, that's okay. And let's see. gotta use a little bit of guide layers here. You know, when you start, trying to get fancy there with the G. Let's start again. So then you can do like fun stuff. Okay. That was a one stroke. Guess I went for it. Now this one I decided to do a two stroke. And the Z is up, down, and up. And down. And I gotta, oops, trying to get fancy with the Z here. Yeah, there you go. There. So you're gonna do, for the project one, you're gonna do all these letters. For your name, you're gonna do your first name and last name. And you can get fancy with some of the curly cues. You know, I don't know. Want to do stuff like that, you know, or if you wonder if this is a separate letter. Oh, it is. So if you want to do like some real fancy stuff, I don't know, is that too? Oh, that looks terrible.